Target audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, today we're taking a look at Cyber Pegasus 100 hole flat. This is one of my most nostalgic Beyblades, I guess. I remember going and getting the Metal Fusion DS game way back in the day, which is what this Beyblade came with originally. And it's cool. It looks nice. I love the red painted wheel. And today we're gonna see what we can do with it. So it comes with the metal face, the Cyber wheel, the Pegasus 1 clear wheel, 100 and hole flat. 100 and hole flat are both good parts to have, but the Cyber wheel I'm not so sure about. So we're gonna go with metal face 2 because it is heavier than a regular metal face. GB 145 to add weight and hopefully help with outward weight distribution. And the tip is gonna be RF. So here's our final combo. Really not sure how this one's gonna do. It looks very similar to the pre-hybrid Pegasus wheel, but don't let it fool you, it is not. So let's go ahead and throw it up against some stock combos and see how it does. So first up is gonna be Flame Sagittario, Kenta's Beyblade. And right off the bat, guys, you're gonna notice something. Despite being shaped very similarly to the pre-hybrid Pegasus wheel, this thing is so nerfed. It does not pack a punch at all. And there's a lot of weight on this Beyblade at this point. Like, I've put the heaviest track you could put on it, put the heaviest face bolt you can put on it, and it's having a hard time with Flame Sagittario, if that tells you anything. So 1 point for Sagittario going into the second round. And you guys can see that all of the weight is going into these hits, and Sagittario is not on a defensive tip. So the fact that it just hopped up in the air from that recoil and wasn't able to push Sagittario at all says something. So it does manage to hit it off balance here and is able to scrape by with a win, thankfully. At least it was able to get one win against Flame Sagittario. Now I can see why they ditched his character. They did nothing with Sora. Like, his character design, I was thinking when he first came out, I was like, he's gonna be a recurring character. Nope, they didn't do anything with him. And our boy Kenta takes it 2-1. Next up is Earth Eagle, Tsubasa's Beyblade. And Cyber able to hit it with some momentum and knock it out for that first point. Going into the second point, the same thing almost happened again, but Earth was able to hang on. And Earth takes the second round 1-1 going into the third round. And Cyber gets a pretty good lineup there to get that second point. Next up is Use Beyblade, Flame Libra. And we've got a double KO for the first round. Going into the second round, honestly, in all the videos I've done, I don't know that I've had a combo have such a hard time with some of the stock stuff that I put them up against. It's pretty sad. And Cyber able to get a point. So we are 1-1 going into the third round. Cyber Pegasus getting another win. Next up is Burn Fireblaze, Phoenix's Beyblade. And the first point goes to Cyber Pegasus, going on to the second round. And going into the second round, Cyber kind of bounces off Burn and unfortunately ends up in a spiral that doesn't allow it to make contact. And a point goes to Burn Fireblaze into the third round. And Cyber makes quick work of Phoenix here and is able to get that second point, taking the win. Next up is Storm Aquario, Hikaru's Beyblade. I know everyone is wondering whether or not Hikaru can finally get a win. Hikaru almost gets knocked out there, but is able to evade and now has knocked Cyber out of its flower pattern. And Hikaru takes the first round. Can she take the second? And that is a no from Cyber Pegasus. But we still have one more round to go. Hikaru can still do it. Pegasus makes a couple hits, but doesn't have much impact and ends up in a bit of an arc around Aquario, who looks to be at an advantage here. And Hikaru finally takes a win. Oh my gosh. Everybody put a W in the comments for Hikaru. Next up we've got Virgo on BD going into the competitive combos. Cyber able to get some hits in on Virgo, but unfortunately not enough to knock it out. And Virgo takes the first point going into the second round. And Virgo ultimately takes the second round, moving on to Earth on 90 CS. And Earth is able to take the first point going into the second round. Can Cyber Pegasus make a comeback? And it does, sort of. It gets a point. Can it get another point? And unfortunately, Cyber isn't able to take this one either. Let's see how it does against Flame 230 CS. So being on 145, it is able to kind of knock it off balance a little bit, but unfortunately the Cyber Wheel does not pack enough punch to be able to KO it once it does, and it doesn't have enough stamina to outlast it. So next up, we've got Bakushin Leon, 85 Rubber Shark. Bakushin, unsurprisingly, takes the first point. Cyber destabilizes Bakushin here a little bit and is able to take a point. Unfortunately, Cyber isn't able to do the same thing in the third round, so Bakushin takes it. Next up, we've got Gravity on 90 metal flat. Cyber able to get a good hit on Gravity and is able to get the first point. Gravity, being on metal flat, has more stamina than our Cyber combo and is able to just kind of roll with the punches. And Gravity, having more stamina, takes the second point. So here's a side-by-side comparison of the pre-hybrid Pegasus wheel. As you can see, it is very similar. So people often think that it could be just as good, but if you look at the sides of the wings, you'll notice that pre-hybrid has a lot more weight towards the outside. So while the weights aren't that far apart, a couple grams, the major difference is where the weight's distributed. So drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for future Beyblade content. I'll see you guys in the next one.